Hey everybody, I am here at the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event where they just announced the S20, S20 Plus, S20 Ultra, as well as the Z Flip and Galaxy Buds Plus. Well, today I'm going to show you all the things that are new from these devices. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Tech with Brett, where I help tech work for you. To start off, let's take a look at the S20 series of phones. Samsung is taking a bit of a different approach this time around and presenting all of their phones as high-end devices with 5G capabilities, and then the option to upgrade the camera, phone size, and get better battery by going with the S20 Plus or the S20 Ultra. Now, before I get into some of the specifics for each of these devices, let's start by taking a look at some of the changes and features that will be available in all three of these phones. First up, the headphone jack is officially gone from the Galaxy S line of devices. So you can now use Bluetooth wireless headphones, or you can use USB-C powered headphones using the USB-C dock at the bottom of the phone. The side key or the power key and the volume rocker have been moved to the right side of the phone. The side key can be used as the power key or the Bixby key. The curved screen has been almost completely removed, but still has features like Edge Panel available. The camera bump on the back of the phone has now been moved to the top left of the phone. Under the phone's display, they have the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, and then you can also use the front-facing camera to use Face Unlock for the phone, or you can use other security measures like pattern, PIN, and password. Even though the screens are all different size, they all have a 3200 by 1440 resolution, so this should look really crisp and clear. Each phone also has the option to change from a 60 Hz refresh rate to a 120 Hz refresh rate. To do this, you will need to lower the screen resolution to FHD Plus to use. Here is a comparison between the two. On the left, we have the 60 Hz enabled, and on the right, we have 120 Hz. This feature gives the phone a buttery smooth look while scrolling through social media and watching videos. All three phones feature wireless charging as well as wireless power share and a micro SD card slot with the ability to record in 8K resolution. As for RAM and internal memory, this will all depend on what model of phone you get and what area you live in. So here in the US, if you pick up the 5G LTE variant, you'll probably have 12 gig of RAM, and on the Ultra you can get up to 16 gig of RAM. And then for storage size, your base model is 128 gigabytes, or on the S20 Plus and the S20 Ultra, you can get up to 512 gigabytes of storage. Browsing through these devices, the features are mostly the same as previous Galaxy devices, but there are a few features that really stood out. The first one is called Single Shot. Single Shot allows you to record 10 seconds of video, and then it will automatically create different clips, GIFs, and pictures based on what was recorded. And in the quick little demo here are the 3 different clips that it saved.
Smile?
I'm trying to think. I wish I could do like a handstand or something, or like jumping. I used to do this dance. Second is Music Share. With this feature, you can easily help friends connect to your Bluetooth devices without having to go through the process of pairing their device directly. They just need to connect their phone to yours, and then it sends music from their device through your phone to your speakers. They also announced a new file sharing feature that will basically allow you to Wi-Fi direct files to up to 5 friends at the same time. To see an in-depth look at some of these new features, check out the video at the end by Techisode TV, who takes an in-depth look. Now let's get into more of the specifics about each device, specifically the camera, to find out which one is right for you. First up, the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G. Priced at $999, the Galaxy S20 features a 6.2 AMOLED screen with a 4000 mAh battery. The S20 features a 10 megapixel front-facing camera that can record in 4K at 60 frames per second. On the back, it has 3 cameras, a 12 megapixel wide-angle camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and then a 64 megapixel telephoto lens. That big camera allows you to take what is called space zoom photos with a 30 times digital zoom, as well as an 8K at 24 frames per second, as I mentioned before. After you've recorded an 8K video, you can then go back and take a screenshot from that video and get a 33 megapixel photo. The Galaxy S20 5G comes in Cosmic Gray, Cloud Blue, and Cloud Pink. The Galaxy S20 Plus 5G has a 6.7-inch screen and a 4500 mAh battery and costs $1,199. It has the same cameras as the S20, but adds the depth vision camera that allows for better live focus in photos and videos, as well as the option to create 3D scans of different objects. It comes in cosmic gray, cosmic black, and cloud blue. The Galaxy S20 Ultra 5G has a gigantic 6.9-inch screen with a 5,000 mAh battery and costs $1,399 for the base model. This time, the front-facing camera is 40 megapixels, and on the back you have a 48 megapixel telephoto lens, a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 108 wide-angle camera with the depth vision camera as well. This 48 megapixel camera on the back allows for you to take photos at 10 times zoom and then gives you the option to digitize that with space zoom up to 100 times. Now, during my testing of this in a terribly lit event, it just didn't work really well. The photo came out very blurry. But when I used the 10 times zoom, it actually looked very crisp and clear compared to other times that I've zoomed in on my phone at the max ability. The S20 Ultra will be available in cosmic gray and cosmic black. Of these three phones, the S20 Ultra is a total beast. If you think the Note phones are too big, this definitely isn't the phone for you. Not only does the 5,000 mAh battery add a ton of weight to this device, but the camera bump adds a few extra millimeters, so it protrudes out a bit more than any other camera bump that I have seen. As for comparisons between other devices, the Galaxy S20 is the same width as the S10e, but it is much taller. But if you're in the market for a high-end phone, but you want a small device, I would still recommend sticking with the Galaxy S10e now that it has a lower cost. The S20 Plus is a very similar size to the Galaxy Note 10 Plus and the Pixel 4 XL. The main difference is you get a much bigger screen on the S20 Plus than you do on something like the Pixel 4 XL because of its very slim bezel around the outside edge. When putting the Note 10 Plus next to the Ultra, it is clear Samsung is pushing to make each new device bigger and better than the last. Not only is the Ultra bigger than the Note, but it weighs more and is much thicker. For me, the S20 is the perfect phone to go with as it has everything that you need in a device. If you want a bigger screen and more internal memory at a hefty price, go with the S20 Plus. If you just need to have the biggest and best that's available, go with the S20 Ultra and use my Samsung.com referral code in the description below to hopefully save you a few bucks. The Galaxy S20 will be available for pre-order on February 21st and will release on March 6th. Moving on to the Galaxy Buds Plus. This is the second version of Galaxy Buds and offers some pretty big improvements from the first. First up, sound. They now feature two-way speakers, which puts a tweeter and a woofer in each ear. This will help more clear audio come through as well as pump out a bit more bass. There are now 3 microphones. One is to listen to you while you are on a phone call, and then there are 2 noise-canceling microphones on the outside to help those on the other end be able to pick you up much more clearly. This will also improve the ambient sound that will let you listen outside of the earbuds while you are listening to your music at the same time. The battery life has been doubled from around 5 hours to now 11 hours of music playback on a single charge, or 7.5 hours if you are on a phone call. The case will double that time by giving you 1 full extra charge. The case is still Qi wireless compatible, so you can charge it on the back of your compatible phone or from a wireless charging pad. They have also increased the charging speed so that with just 3 minutes of charge, you are able to have 60 minutes of playback. That certainly will help me out on days that I find that my buds are dead as soon as I get to the gym. They also have what's called enhanced connectivity. This allows easy device pairing and switching from your smartphone to your smartwatch. I didn't really get a clear answer on what that means, but I will go into more detail as I play with the Buds Plus and the new Samsung device. They also have more customizable earbud tap and hold actions on the touchpad on the side of the earbud. Samsung has also teamed up with Spotify to quickly play a radio station just by long pressing on the side of the earbud. As for a comparison between the original Galaxy Buds, they are identical in size and shape. The only difference you will find on the actual earbuds is the third microphone, and the Buds case are slightly different color. The Buds Plus also comes in 3 colors, white, blue, and black. In the box, you also receive 3 sizes of wingtips and ear tips to make them perfectly customized to your ears, as well as a charging cable in the box. If you would like to see a first impressions video about the Buds Plus, make sure you check out the link above by a video from Jimmy is Promo. They will also be available on February 14th at $149. Link will be in the description below. Lastly, let's take an in-depth look at my favorite device that was announced at Unpacked, the Galaxy Z Flip. At first hearing the rumors of this device, I honestly had no interest in it. But after playing with it and seeing all the unique features it has, I'm definitely getting one. Before I even open the Z Flip, let me show you the smallest, most useful screen that I have ever seen. It is a 1.1 inch screen that will show you the time, date, and battery life. You can also see notifications as well as dismiss alarms. Where the screen is really cool is that when you double tap the power key on the side, it opens up the 12 megapixel wide angle camera. You will then see yourself on the display and then you can take a picture. Tap the screen to jump to the ultra wide camera and then just hold out your palm to start the selfie timer. You can also just snap the photo by pressing the volume rocker on the right side of the phone. While that may not be that cool, holding the clamshell phone in hand was very easy to operate. I currently don't take many selfies with my Note 10 Plus, but when I do, I guarantee that I'm almost going to drop it every single time. Now that we have our selfie, let's open up the Z Flip and see what it looks like. Opening it up takes a little bit of hand maneuvering by doing it one-handed, but it is definitely doable and does feel pretty cool. Taking a close-up look at the photo, it was very crisp and clear. It is something that I totally would share. It did take a 1:1 ratio photo. I wasn't able to figure out if there was any way to change the resolution there. The hinge is very sturdy and doesn't wobble at all. Samsung calls this a freestop hinge that allows you to place the hinge at any angle and it will stay firmly there. Since this is Samsung's third go at the hinge, it has already made some huge improvements over just 1 year. They are now using a fiber shield on the hinge, which every time you close it will push dust and dirt out. The hinge also completely disappears when the Z Flip is open, giving it a very unique look. I'll talk more about some useful things you can use the hinge for in a moment. When the Z Flip is open, you have a 6.7 inch Full HD Plus dynamic AMOLED screen that is protected by ultra thin glass. Because this is a foldable phone, there definitely is a crease, but I was only able to see it when forcing reflections. Now scrolling your finger over it, you definitely feel it, but it feels very natural and it's not going to get in the way of scrolling through those social media posts. Samsung says that it can be unfolded 200,000 times. The Z Flip has a 3,300 mAh battery, a capacitive fingerprint sensor on the power button, and even includes wireless charging as well as wireless power share on the bottom back of the phone. The Z Flip has 8 GB of RAM, as well as 256 GB of internal memory with no microSD card slot. As for cameras, the front-facing camera is a 10 megapixel and can record in 4K resolution. It has 2 rear cameras that we already saw when the phone was closed, which are a 12 megapixel wide angle and a 12 megapixel ultra wide with the option to record in 4K at 60 frames per second. Even though the Z Flip has a taller screen at 21.9:9 ratio, this makes it slimmer in the hand and easier to hold on than my Note, and makes for a great way to watch movies in its wider aspect ratio. Samsung is giving the hinge a feature called Flex Mode. This allows you to use the Flip in unique ways. This feature is what really had me sold. Lately, I have been using some new cases on my devices without kickstands. While I like these new cases, it makes it very difficult to eat my breakfast and hold my phone at the same time. With Flex Mode, I can simply fold my phone open to the preferred viewing angle, then set the phone down, watch the video, eat my breakfast, and find out what I want to watch next on the bottom flat part of the screen. Another way that this is extremely useful was for taking selfies hands-free. Again, we're going to open the camera, fold the phone to the desired angle, raise my hand up to start the selfie timer, and boom, the best selfie that I have ever taken. You now never have to balance your phone on something worrying if it's going to fall to its death or find a tripod just to take a simple selfie. Another way in which this was useful was using split screen mode. While this feature has been around for a very long time, here it was very comfortable to slightly bend the screen and to use the phone at an angle. I was able to even rest the phone down, having it stay propped up while I was multitasking. The Z Flip also has the other new features that are coming to the S20, like single take and music share, so you won't be missing out on any of those features if this is the device for you. In conclusion, I'm not sure if it's just the hype of foldables or if there's something more to it, but I think this device is actually very useful. Remember back when you had a flip phone? Okay, maybe you don't, but I do, and I would only open the flip phone to either text somebody or play or pause my music, and then I would put the phone away. With the Z Flip, it gives us all the convenience of modern day technology, but lets you fully put it away and focus on what matters most. If you work at a desk or are playing with your kids, your phone is probably sitting there in its open form, begging you to start tapping away, to check Twitter for the 10th time in the last minute, or some other notification. But with the Z Flip, you can close it shut, removing the temptation to tap away and choose to be in control when you open it up and take action on those notifications. The Galaxy Z Flip will be available in select stores on February 14th for $1,380 and will come in mirror purple, mirror black, and mirror gold in certain countries. Check out the link in the description below for more details. And those were all the new devices that were announced here at the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event. Now I'll be covering a lot of these in depth, so make sure you hit subscribe below to be notified when those are available. But some of my other friends were here at the Samsung event, so if you want to check out other videos by Techisode TV from Eric, check out up here, and you can also see some other videos by Jimmy's promo down here as well. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.